I'm Teresa Wierzbianska for Pacifica Radio. Azerbaijan is reeling after an airplane crash killed 38 people and injured 29. The plane was en route from Azerbaijan's capital of Baku to the Russian city of Grozny on Wednesday when it was diverted for reasons yet unclear and crashed while making an attempt to land in Aktau in Kazakhstan. Officials in Kazakhstan, Azerbaijan, and Russia haven't commented on a possible cause of the crash, pending an official investigation. Some commentators pointed out at holes in the plane's tail section pictured after the crash as a sign that it could have been fired upon by air defense systems. Rika Ann Garcia has more.
Azerbaijan is observing a nationwide day of mourning for the victims of the air crash that killed at least 38 people and left around 29 survivors injured. The cause of the crash remains unknown. Dmitry Peskov, spokesman for the Russian President Vladimir Putin, spoke to the AP about their next steps. The investigation is ongoing. Any incident should be investigated by special aviation authorities, and it would be wrong to make hypotheses before investigators make their verdict. Azerbaijan Airlines Embraer 190 was on its way from the nation's capital of Baku to the Russian city of Grozny in the North Caucasus when it was diverted for reasons yet unclear. The plane crashed while making an attempt to land in Aktau in Kazakhstan. The plane went down about 2 miles from Aktau after crossing the Caspian Sea. I'm Rika Ann Garcia.
Palestinian health officials say Israeli attacks on the Gaza Strip have killed 38 people and injured 137 others in the past 24 hours. And Gaza's health ministry says an Israeli strike killed 5 Palestinian journalists outside a hospital overnight. The Israeli military said it targeted a group of militants. The strike overnight into Thursday hit a car outside the Al-Awda hospital in the built-up Nuseirat refugee camp in the central part of the territory. The journalists were working for the local Quds news network, which also reported the strike. The military said it targeted a group of fighters from the Islamic Jihad, a militant group allied with Hamas, whose October 7, 2023 attack into southern Israel ignited the war. The Committee to Protect Journalists says over 130 Palestinian reporters have been killed since the start of the war. Israel has not allowed foreign reporters to enter Gaza except on military embeds. The Russian operator of a cargo ship that sank in the Mediterranean Sea between Spain and Algeria says it has been hit by a series of explosions in an act of sabotage. Oberon Logistica is a state-controlled company that operated the Ursa Major freighter. The company said the vessel was wrecked by 3 powerful explosions just above the waterline in what it described as a terrorist attack that caused it to sink on Monday. The company said in a statement carried by Russia's state RIA Novosti news agency on Thursday that the explosions left a hole in the ship's starboard and filled the engine room with acrid smoke that hampered the crew's attempts to access it. Displaced Christians in Gaza marked a somber Christmas holiday yesterday. Amidst the devastation, this is 67-year-old Nala Tarzi, whose family once again spent Christmas sheltering inside Gaza's only Catholic church.
Each year on this date, we celebrate the birth of Jesus, spread joy to children, pray at night, and celebrate Jesus' coming and birth. Last year was very harsh on us, and this year is harsh with the atmosphere of war, martyrs, and the life we're living. We can't handle it. We don't know how to describe it. It's extremely difficult. It is misery.
Ukraine's military reports that it shot down 20 out of 31 drones launched by Russia in overnight attacks. One of the drones hit a market in the town of Nikopol, injuring 8 people. This came after a series of Russian strikes on Christmas targeting Ukraine's energy infrastructure, leaving hundreds of thousands in Kharkiv without power or heat amid freezing winter temperatures. Blackouts also occurred in the capital, Kyiv, where some residents spent Christmas sheltering in underground subway stations.
I am scared because I have a child. Of course, I want to be at home and celebrate. We had to shelter because it's scary to stay at home, so we came to the shelter. We want peace.
Republicans in Congress plan to move quickly in their effort to overhaul the nation's voting procedures, seeing an opportunity with control of the White House and both chambers of Congress. They want to push through long-sought changes such as voter ID and proof of citizenship requirements. They say the measures are needed to restore public confidence in elections. That's after an erosion of trust that Democrats note has been fueled by false claims from Donald Trump and his allies of widespread fraud in the 2020 election. Democrats say they're willing to work with the GOP, but want any changes to make it easier and not harder to vote. For Pacifica Radio, I'm Teresa Wierzbianska.